Hi guys, this is Akash from OFFTRACK NOMADS. So today we are going to see an important video that is cracking AFCAT examination with getting 20 plus correct questions in your English session. So you guys are very aware that your AFCAT examination is just a few days away, and we thought that bringing out this video will definitely boost your marks and boost your confidence to a next level. Because you know that in AFCAT there are four sessions. One is mathematics, reasoning, English, and GK. And English is the only subject where I feel where you can boost your marks to your higher level. Because considering other subjects, that is mathematics, reasoning, and your GK, which requires your memory power, you need to remember a lot of things, a lot of theories, a lot of GK things. And in mathematics, you need to remember your formulae and your speed is very important. But in English, it is all about your understanding skill. The more you understand, the faster you understand, the faster you implement, and you score the highest in your English. Right? So, without wasting much time, let's dive into the video and discuss the strategy where you can get more than 20 plus correct, 20 plus questions correct in your English. Along with that, towards the end of the video, I would like to share you a different kind of holistic approach to AFCAT where you can score more than 200 plus in your AFCAT examination. Because this is Akash, where I have cracked my AFCAT examination 5 times, in which 4 times I have got more than 200 by following this simple strategy of what I'm going to tell you guys. Right? So without wasting much time, let's dive into the video and discuss the content what it is talked about. So before into the video, the off-track nomads, we are going to start our next AFCAT 1 and 2, like 2026 written course, which is going to start from March 1st, right? We are going to start from March 2nd, that is 2026, March 2nd. Soon after your, like you have 1 month time after your written examination of after completes. So this course we will feature like Monday to Thursday. You'll have recorded lectures of all the subjects or whatever is taught in the AFCAT examination. And Friday and Saturday will be your live classes. Not only that, regular tests will be conducted on Sundays and daily English and quantitative analysis, quantitative subjects assignments will be given to you. That is nothing but your GK as well, sorry, mathematics as well as your reasoning. And a special offer I would like to mention here 50% off for a SSB coaching who clears a written examination. So generally, AFCAT releases their written examination scores once just 15 days or 20 days after your written examination. So those who want to get trained with us can avail this opportunity of those who have cleared the examination. And not only that, special offer for NCC students. So all the NCC students who are NCC alumni or being part of the NCC group can avail 25% off of all the courses of we are providing. Right. So for AFCAT 1 and 2, 2026, the cost is just 3,499. So for any doubt, just contact us. So we will go with that, right? So let's dive into the present video. So what is that? English, AFCAT English. So what is the first thing you want to know here? What is the strategy? So the video started with I'm saying that we are going to discuss a strategy where you can get more than 20 plus correct in your AFCAT examination out of the 25 questions which is given for English. So what is that? So what is the first thing you want to understand? You're just having 10 days left for a maximum 10 days or 15 days or 12 days, less than 10 days. So whatever it is. So just let's consider you have only a few days left for your AFCAT examination. And reason, the worst thing you want to know is you want to know the exam. You guys know that you're very mature that it consists of 100 questions, 300 marks, and maximum of 25 to 30 questions in each section. That is 25, 25, 25. So mathematics 25, reasoning 25, English 25, and GK 25. The reason, just understand the core idea, why and how English can be a catalyst for a AFCAT exams. It is because, reason is that, it is a very simple reason. For a mathematics, you require formulae. You need to understand formulae, which requires your memory power. You need to use your memory power, speed. You need to have speed. And for reasoning, same goes your common sense, which requires your common sense. And not only that, again, speed is very important here because 25 questions and you need to complete in just 15 minutes. So this is a strategy we'll use that will be discussed at the end of the video. That will be a booster for your preparation where you can get more than 200. And GK again, it requires anything under the sun. So which generally requires your memory power. You need to remember a lot of things. Who got this award, that award, who was a king here, who was a viceroy here, or which is the theory used. So you need to remember a lot of things. A lot of videos has to be going, and you need to what? What have to you have to do? You have to go through a lot of remembrance. Like you have to remember a lot of things. You have to ask your friends, or you have to keep on revising things. But in English, let's keep it very simple. It is all about your understanding skill. It is all about your understanding skills. So whatever it is, you need to understand things. That is nothing but your comprehension. You need to understand. You need to comprehension things. That's it. Okay. And of course, you need your speed. You need your speed. You need your speed in ability that also like quality we have. What is that? Ability to take quick decision. So ability to understand things and make quick decision. So that is all very important because in English there's something called error spotting. We fill in the blanks. So whatever is given, you need to understand. Okay, only when you understand the crux of the situation, what is given, you could associate with the answers and then apply it and go forward. Be it your PQRS or your comprehension, error spotting, whatever it is, the crux of the situation has to be understood by you. Only then you can move forward. So that is the reason why I say English is very easy because English just requires your practice and your understanding skill, not like mathematics or reasoning where you have to remember a lot of things, right? Fine. Of course, in English we have various things like we're going to discuss. You have error spotting. There are areas like error spotting, like and you have sentence improvement. You have sentence improvement. Okay. And you have fill in the blanks, fill ups. And then, of course, you have comprehension. Okay. It is nothing but you're pressuring out the answers. Okay. Comprehension. And most important, antonyms, antonyms and synonyms. So this will be discussed in this current video where I will be giving tips and tricks where you can boost your questions to one or two extra. Okay. And at the end of the video, we'll be discussing a holistic approach for AFCAT success too. Clear? Fine. So let's dive into the video. Next part of the video. So sharper strategy. So what is the sharper strategy you have to apply here? You need to know your strength and weakness. Racing against time. Act on first come first serve basis. Okay, fine. So what is this? What is this all about? So as I told, this strategy, this page will apply to all the four sections. So first of all, you need to understand what is your strength and weakness. Because in English, the moment you take the paper, your first part, it may be error spotting. Okay, it may be error spotting. The second, it may come antonyms, and then third, it may comes your synonyms, and fourth, it may your sentence improvement. Out of the 25 questions, we are going to talk about out of the 25 questions. And fifth, it would be most probably they will be discussing. Let's say one word substitution. Let's say one word, substitution. Okay, and of course, the final part would be close test, and you have comprehensive test, right? So let's keep this session. This would be a section. So moment you should know your strength and weakness of what is your strength, what is my weakness. For example, let's take from my perspective. The moment I get my AFCAT question paper, I know I'm weak at synonym antonym. Okay, there are anything under the sun. It can be anything under the sun. So I should not break my head in focusing only on the four questions. I should focus on the remaining 20 questions. If I spend more a lot of time in the 20 questions, what happens? I'm going to lose my time because you are having just 120 minutes. You're having just 120 minutes. That is your 2 hours for your AFCAT, where you have to crack all the nine. You have to crack more than 85 plus to get more than 200 in your AFCAT written examination itself. So what I have to do is I should know my strength and weakness, where I am strong, where I am weak. So I'm very good at error spotting. I'm very good at fill in the blanks. And of course, I'm very good at sentence improvement and one word substitution. So this is my strength and weakness. The area where I'm very weak is not very weak. The area where I would say it would take some time. It is close test, comprehension test, antonyms and synonym. So what I do is the moment I get it, I race against time. It is act on first come, first some basis. So be it error spotting, I read it, and if I feel, just take the strategy. If I feel, if I can, this is the strategy. This is check. If I can solve in less than 15 seconds, I go for it. So this is my strategy. So the moment I see the question, if I can able to solve it in less than 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I go for it. If it takes more than 10 seconds or 15 seconds, I skip it and go for the next 3 marks. I don't dwell on the single 3 marks. I just go for the next 20 marks or 25 marks which is ahead of me. So it is always act on first come first serve. If the first question itself it is based on antonyms and synonyms, I don't touch it off because I know I'm weak at that. So what I do, I go for the next session. Next session is going to be a spot. So I spend 10 to 15 seconds. If it takes, even remember, if my strength takes me more than 20 seconds, I just leave it and go for next. What happens is that I just come back for again because I'll keep overall time strategy. Let's say 25 questions, I just keep 20 minutes. So let's keep it done. Okay. So next strategy is you should know your time limit. What is that? Only 20 minutes, not more than that. So your time will be ticking in your AFCAT examination, be it 80 minutes. It shows just you have left with 80 minutes. So I should know that before 60 minutes, I should complete this section. So what I do, I just skip. So moment if I see the first question, it is about antonyms synonyms, I don't know. I skip it for the synonyms, I don't know. So I let it be 10 questions also you don't know, but the 11th question you may know it. At that time, the moment you are skipped, it would be just 15 to 20 seconds. No problem. So spend time on the question which you know. That too just 10 to 15 seconds, not more than that. If it takes more time, leave it and go forward. Okay. So in the 20 minutes, what I do it in the 20 minutes, I just, for example, the strength part, I said error spotting, and then I come for Phillips sentence improvement. What do? I do, and I come back again. I rotate everything in the 20 minutes itself. And major thing, what you have to follow here is, listen, my dear friend, once you know that you have completed your session, like you have seen what is one word substitution, sentence improvement, antonyms, synonyms, error spotting, whatever it is. Keep the comprehension test, very important. Keep the comprehension test and close test at the final part. Like in that 20 minutes, try to finish all your other part in 10 minutes. All your other part in 10 minutes. Because that would take only that much. Error spotting, the moment you see the question, you should know that there is an error here. You click it, go forward. Antonyms, synonyms, you know the question, whether you know or not, you click it and move forward. But please remember, my dear friends, and listen carefully, be it closed test or your comprehension test, you just request you need to understand, like you need to read out and understand. Because be it your comprehension error spotting, there you need to choose options. Okay. You have to find answers. You need to remember certain things. But be it closed test or comprehension test, the answer lies within. The answer is in question itself. The answer is in question itself. So no need to worry. What you have to do? You have to treasure out. So only for these two parts, you need to, what you have to do is you have to treasure out the answer. What you have to do is you have to treasure out the answers because the answer lies within. The answer lies within. So this is a strategy which we are talking about. You should know your strength and weakness. You should raise us in against your time on first come first service basis. Know the answer in less than 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Apply it to move forward. That's it. And rotate everything in the 20 minutes itself. And if you're not able to complete your English in 20 minutes, no problem. Move for the next session and come back again once you finish that. You will have a lot of time. So that will be discussed as a holistic approach toward the end of the week, right? So very important. You should know your strength and weakness. You should be racing against the time. Act on first come, first some basis. Next one. Practice makes a man perfect. So it is a wonderful quote which I would like to take forward in all my stages of life. And this you have to remember. So what I have to do is whatever the strategy which is mentioned here, prepare this before you go forward. Work on this. So before prepare for the battle before actual war. So what do we do in Army, Navy, or Air Force? We do mock drills because we get ready for the actual war. We prepare ourselves in such a way that whatever comes in the actual war, we get accustomed to it. So that's what you have to do. Okay. So work on your strength rather than your weakness. If you're not able to remember a lot of idioms and phrases or antonyms in this, leave it. Focus on the strength part. Focus on your strength part because antonyms and synonyms, it's all about anything under the sun. You need to remember a lot of things. Instead of that, only 2 questions or 4 questions, maximum that. Maximum 4 questions in antonyms and synonyms. Focus on the other 20. Okay. Solve repeated mock tests for better retention and preparation. I would say not I have not written solve more mock tests. I have written repeated mock tests. So if you solve 10 mock tests, repeat it. If you solve 5 mock tests, repeat it till you get 30 or till you get 300 marks in that particular mock test. Repeat it, because there are, like, we have itself our own mock test, or there are several platforms where you can re-attempt the same mock test. So attend till you get 300 out of 300 in your AFCAT examination mock test, because that will keep your retention power high. And because you know that in 10 mock tests, you would have attended 10 different models. Remember, my dear friends, in 10 AFCAT mock tests, you would have attended 10 different models. So that is more than enough. That is more than enough when you go for the examination. At least from the 10 models of question, whatever you attended, 6 to 7 models will definitely repeat, because only that much models are available, not more than that. So out of 7 models or 8 models or 10 models, whatever you have solved, try to get it, like, you will get it 6 to 7 models. And the moment you see the question, your mind will strike, yes, this is the model. I have solved it in this particular mock test. So that is the reason I have mentioned it very clearly. Solve repeated mock test. If you have solved 10 mock tests, very good. Repeat it again. Repeat it till you get 300 out of 300. So the second strategy is you should prepare for the battle. So whatever the strategy, that is you have to understand the core subject. You have to understand what I have to do. Repeat it then. Okay. Next one. Okay. So what is the strategy for antenna instance names? So as I told you, it can be anything under the sun. So what do you have to do? Prepare smartly rather than hard. What is a smartly, sir? Exactly. So this is what a success strategy. So I have said you have to attend mock test, repeat it, right? So in that you will have some words, antonyms, and write down, learn that, and very important, learn from the options too. Very, very important. You have to learn from the options too. So what are the options given? If you're not remembering that words, learn that. Learn that. Very, very important. And most importantly, as I said, in dictionary there are thousands of words. You cannot remember everything, but you can prepare smartly, right? What is a smartly, sir? As I said, repeated mock. So 10 questions, 10 mock tests, four. Let's keep 4 words in each test. So it will be 40 new words. Okay, with options 80. Not only that, take question paper from CDSE and NBA. Let's say from 2020 to 2025. So whatever this question paper, take this NDA and CDC question paper, because in CDSE, you know that there is a separate section for antonyms and synonyms, and same goes for NDA. There is a separate section for antonyms and synonyms. So in that, 10 questions per question paper. So each year you'll have 2 question papers. Of course, this may seem huge. Only 10 days left. No issues. You have all chat GPT and AI coming up. Just put that question paper, upload that question paper, and ask itself that. Use smartly, yeah. Use the technology smartly. That's what I want to be here. Be smart. It may, like, it if you feel it is time consuming reading from all question papers because you have just few days left, no issues. Put that question paper in the AI and tell that from this to this, I have synonym and get me the answers. Very easy. Learn that. So this strategy will help you, because if you check properly, the questions would have repeated in this system. So here you will get minimum of 200 idioms and phrases. Sorry, 200 of antonyms and synonyms. But in 5 years, 10 question papers, in each you have only 10. So 10, 10, 100. 10 question papers from CDSE, 10 questions, so it is 100. NDA, 10 questions, it is 200. So 200. So you're remembering 200 words. And if you're checking through the options, so let's say 100 is added. So totally 300 words. More than enough. More than enough. So if you're very worried about the 4 questions, go for it. Try this strategy. At least in the 4 questions, if 2 questions you are getting it correct, bonus, right? If 2 questions you are getting it correct, bonus. So use this strategy. You have only 10 days, use the technology, UAA, you will get it correct. Any doubt? Fine. So let's go for the next strategy. Spotting errors with confidence. Okay. So many students have met the major problem, what they quote is spotting errors. Sir, I have very, very tough time facing this spotting errors, sir. Let's give you a simple strategy. Like, so you know that in English, in a sentence, you have subject, object, verb, auxiliary verb, and The auxiliary verb should be in accordance to the subject. The verb should play according to subject, and object leave it. Okay, so this is the thing you have to understand. If it is a singular subject, how the auxiliary subject, how the auxiliary word would behave. If it is a plural subject, how the main verb would behave. This is how you have to understand. Okay, so while attending spotting errors, there will be 5 questions, maximum 5 questions. You should be very calm and patient in attending this. And as I said, look for subject, object, and verb formation. Okay, so if it is a singular subject, be it he, so it should be he. Let's say he looks, he looks. Okay, or he is. You cannot say he are. You cannot say he were. It was he was. So you should know what is a subject-object relationship, what is a subject and verb relationship. Okay, and sometimes you should trust your instinct. You may feel there is an error, go for it. But for that, practice before you. Again, for this also, if you're not comfortable with English, just check CDSE and NDA question paper form 2015 to 2025. You have minimum of 10 error spotting in each question paper. Okay, just take that question paper at least for 5 years. Do this for 5 years. Do this for 5 years. You will see that patterns will be repeated. Patterns repeated. You would see that patterns repeated or models repeated. I would say models repeated. So that is more than enough for you to understand English. And it would take how more than just 2 or 3 hours. I would say just 2 to 3 hours in solving this. Okay. So if you are having this time, solve repeated mock test. In that, the moment you solve it, you will find the error. You just check why it is error, why it is so, and then check this method. CDSE and NDA question paper from 2015 to 2025, and you will see the difference for sure. Try this strategy, you will get it right. Okay. Next one. So next one, easy steps to fill in the gaps. So we'll go for fill-ups. So this is all about fill in the blanks. So this is all about what is that easy steps to fill in the gaps? It's nothing but fill in the blank. So you'll have fill in the blanks, you have a sentence improvement, or you have one word substitution. So what is the one thing you have to do is you have to understand the scenario, what it is talked about. You have to understand the scenario, whether it is talking what is the actual scenario. Any question is given, you have to understand what is the scenario it is talking, whether it's talking about environment or what is the scenario. Okay, and then associate with the answer. Associate with the answer. For example, I would say, let's say it is talking about some accident, or I would say, yeah, fine. So let's say John dash Ram surprisingly. Let's say this John dash Ram surprisingly. So this sentence has a surprising element. Options would be, let's say, A ran for, B ran into, sorry, C ran by, and D it would be none of the above. Let's say this, okay, none of the above. So the moment you see, it talks about surprising. It talks about surprising element. So definitely it is a surprising element. So the answer is ran into, because ran into means meeting someone by surprise. So you have to understand what is the scenario, and then you have to associate with the answer. So very easy. It applies for sentence improvement too. And for that, you need to understand the subject verb association, subject auxiliary verb association. So if you're very strong in the basic English, this is very, very easy, because this requires just your comprehension skill, just your understanding skill. Nothing else is more than enough here. I'll go for the answer. That's it. I do not wait. As I said, this should take less than 15 seconds. Yeah. Please remember, this part should take just less than 15 seconds, not more than that. If you are solving it more than 15 seconds, you are doing wrong. You're doing wrong somewhere. Don't do that. Okay. Next one. Okay. Finally, so final strategy of reading comprehension and close test. So I have always told my students that whenever you see, be it CDSE or NDA, attend this part as the last part. Attend this part as the last part. Keep it very last. Okay. But you should have sufficient time for it. It's not that you have only 1 minute and you are finished. You apply that. No, it is very wrong. Because this part, I would say, it is treasuring out the answer. It is nothing but treasuring out the answer. Where is the answer, sir? Where do you find the answer? It is in the question itself. It is in the question itself. So you find the answers in the question itself. So what you have to do? You should have sufficient time. What is the sufficient time, sir? Let's keep it 25 questions. 25 questions. Overall time is 20 minutes, and you have to keep it maximum of 10 minutes for it. I would say 10 minutes for it, and do not attend at the first. Do not attend at the first. If you attend it, so you're going to lose your time because you will spend a lot of time here and you won't have time for other part. Because this will be maximum of 5 questions again. 6 questions. 3 questions for your closed test and 3 questions for your comprehension. 6 questions. So what happens? 19 questions. Focus on the 19 questions. And that 4 goes for synonym antonym, let's say 15. So 15 questions are in your pocket. So 15 into 3, it's going to be 45 marks. So 45 marks can be easily taken by you if you understand certain things like error spotting, fill in the blanks, idioms and phrases. Okay, idioms and phrases again, follow the same step as I said, CDSE, 10 years question papers or 15-year question papers. Go for it, you'll find answers. You have a lot of things in the internet. Go, solve it and come back. Okay, so for comprehension and closed test, what you have to do is closed test, you know that it is a kind of fill in the blanks where uh, they have given, like, they have changed the particular comprehension into fill in the blanks. Correct? They have changed a particular comprehension into fill in the blank. So there are association between the first question and second question and third question. So what you have to do is read the question first, read the closed test first, understand the scenario. That is what is given. Understand the core idea. So you have to understand the core idea of what it is talked about. Once you understand, associate, go for the answer. But for comprehension, only thing is you have to understand, you have to comprehend. So read it first. So let's listen the strategy. Read the comprehension first, top to bottom, listen it, top to bottom, read it. Just understand the core idea, what is talked about, and then read it again. Or if you feel your time, you have very less time. Once you read it, you will have a basic understanding of what it is talked about, whether it's talking about environment pollution or plastic ban or some political issue or maybe some new scientific method or any theory. Got it? And then go for the question. And then go for the question. Once you read the question, you will find, for example, it's talking about the beauty of Northeast India. And somewhere in the comprehension, you find it that they're talking about a paragraph or they're talking about a question where they're talking about tourism of that place. So your mind should suddenly strike. Mind will definitely strike that this passage, this part talks about tourism. Then refer it. Then refer it. Associate. Compare. Go for the answer. Check with the options and go for the answer. The reason why I'm asking you to do it because you have to treasure out the answers. You'll find the answers in the question itself. So this 6 question you have to get it correct here. There are no way, no chance at all. This 6 questions, this particular 6 question, you have to get it correct. There are no chances at all. There are no chances at all. Okay, right? Any doubt? Right, fine. So this is all about the strategy for English and applies for, so fine. So finally, holistic strategy. So this is what I was talking about. In the end of the video, I'll be giving the holistic strategy for AFCAT, where you can score more than 200 plus in your AFCAT, because this was practiced by me, and out of 5 times, whatever I cleared, 4 times I got more than 200, with my highest score being 216. Okay, so this was only possible because of the holistic approach, which I'm going to ask you to solve now. So very simple. 75 questions, sorry, 100 questions. I know 120 minutes. 100 questions, 120 minutes, 4 sessions. I should know my strength and weakness. I'm very good at reasoning, English. My least goodness is GK, because it is something, anything under the sun. And I'm not like uh, I'm not a musician, or I'm not an encyclopedia to remember everything, but I read it. It's not that I ignore it completely. I read to my fullest. I practice. I do. Okay. So I should know my strength. So what I do is I attend reasoning first. I attend reasoning first. I attend reasoning first. Okay. But I attend with timing. What is the timing, sir? What is the timing I keep it? What is the timing I keep? So I just keep it 20 minutes. I just keep it 20 minutes. And my target in this reasoning would be 25 questions. I have to attend all the 25 questions. And my minimal level of error, I will keep it just 23. So 2. That is out of 25, 23, I have to get it correct. Because in reasoning, I feel that it is all about your understanding skills, common sense. It is all about your common sense, your speed, your speed in understanding the question, your speed in applying your common sense, and your speed in getting in the right question, right correct. So out of 25, I have to get 23 minimum correct. 23 to 25 would be my correct strategy. And for this, I'm going to complete it in 20 minutes or 25 minutes or 15 minutes. Sorry, in 15 minutes. I have to complete it within 15 minutes. So that will be my strategy. Okay, right? And then I come for English. So English, the same strategy which I told you, understanding my strength and weakness, solving on first come first service. This applies for reasoning too. First come, first some basis. First come, first serve basis. Again, in English, my target is 20. I don't keep much. I don't keep much. So 25 here, 20 here. Totally how much? 25 in reasoning, 20 questions. I have to get it correct in English. Okay. And then GK, I know I'm little weak in GK and remembering things. A lot of things are there. I'll keep it just on a practical note, 50. On a practical note, 50. But I'll make sure that 20 minutes I solve reasoning, 20 English, 40 happens 40, and just 5 to 10 minutes for GK. I'll keep 10 minutes. On a note, I'll keep it 10 minutes because I know GK is all about whether you know the answer, you don't know. That's it. There is no way in recollecting. You know, that's it. Who was the viceroy when India? Who was the viceroy when India was like first war of independence, during the first war of independence, or who was the viceroy when India got independence? So you either it should be Lord Mountbatten. India got independence, whether it is Lord Canning. So there'll be a dilemma between whether it is Lord Canning or Lord Dalhousie. So it is Lord Canning only when India was at the first war of independence. So there, either you know the answer, you don't know. And there are chances for guesses too. Of course, GK is the only part where you can guess, but do not guess more than 2 to 3 questions, I would say. It would pull you down. It would pull you down. So what I do is my strategy. I just keep 15 because I know. Or sometimes I may push it to 22, but 18, sorry, 18. I may push it to 18, but I know my strength that I'm going to get it 15. This is only possible because I solve repeated mock test. I know where I stand, what is my strength, what is my weaknesses. Okay, 18. Finally, once it is completed in 15 minutes. All the 3 sessions I complete in 15 minutes or 45 minutes maximum. If I solve GK in 5 minutes, or the moment the clock strikes 75 minutes in my AFCAT examination, what I do is I stop everything and move for the mathematics part. I stop everything and move for the mathematics part. So mathematics, I know that I'm very good at mathematics, but under pressure, I make mistakes. Again, this is my strength. This is my weakness too. I am very good at mathematics and solving pen and paper because I can understand things, but I fumble or I make mistake where the time is very less. The first part, I said I have cracked it five times. Only 2 times I did not crack my AFCAT examination. In that first time, in the 2 parts where I did not crack my AFCAT examination, I know my strength. What is that? I know my weaknesses that I just kept 30 minutes for max. I just kept 30 minutes for max for 25 questions. Is it possible? Very tough here. Because max, you have to solve it. Some steps, sometimes the question may take huge steps. You do mistakes. Correct. So what I did was I applied the strategy and I saw that when I had 1 hour, 10 minutes for mathematics, 25 questions, or I would say 1 hour, 15 minutes for mathematics, then 75 minutes. For each question, I was given 3 minutes to solve. 3 minutes to solve. So I solved it very light, very calm, and very easy. I did not hurry things. I was very calm, composed, and I solved it with no pressure at all. Okay. So again, but I kept it very strong. I have to get 20 plus question correct in mathematics. Okay. Because maths is the only subject where you can get 100 or 0. Agree? Right? So I would say, let's keep it practical. I would keep it 20. Okay. Basically. There was times I got 22 correct in mathematics, but I would say just 20. Okay. So let's count how many questions. 25. 20, 45, 45 plus 15, 65, 65 plus 20, 80. So what is the score? 80 into 3, 240. Okay, in which you may do mistakes. And let's say you have done 10 mistakes. So 80 questions, 240, 10 mistakes. So again, 70 questions. So again, you get minimum of 200 plus. You are assured of scoring at least 200 plus, or I would say 190 plus, right? You have cracked your examination. Not only that, you're cracked with good marks, 200 plus and 190 plus if you follow the strategy. But this strategy is only possible, not only the day of the examination. I repeat, this strategy is not at all possible on the day of the examination. It is only possible when you practice. So let's say you have only 10 days left for your AFCAT examination. No issues. Solve 2 mock tests a day. Just 2 mock tests. Be it very realistic. We'll keep it very realistic. Morning till afternoon, 1 mock test. Solve it. Solve it again and again. Learn from it. Learn from it. And from afternoon to night, 1 mock test. Learn from it. That's it. We'll keep it very practical. We'll keep it very simple. We'll keep it very engaging. That's it. Keep very, very practical goals. Do not rush yourself. Be very calm and you will achieve the success. So try to follow this strategy. You'll definitely score highest. Like you will be surprised. Follow this strategy for at least 2 to 3 mock tests. You will see the difference. But this is only possible when you understand the subject properly, right? So thank you. With this, we come to the end of the video, right? So yadil mange more. So do not stop until you achieve your goal. So the crux of the video is very simple. You have to understand your strengths and weaknesses, right? So you have to understand your strength and weakness. Okay, where you stand. More important is repeated mock test. Repeated mock test and have your own strategy. Have your own strategy. Like you would have same strategy and kindly use this strategy. Also, just apply for 2 to 3 mock tests and see whether your scores upgrade or not. Okay, solve repeated mock test and learn from it. Very important. Have your own strategy and believing it. Very important. You have to believe in your strategy. Okay, believe in your strategy. Right. So, thank you, my dear friends. See you all in the next video where we'll be discussing a quick mock test. Like we'll be discussing 25 questions on AFCAT, which will be a mock test for you. Like we'll be discussing a small mock test on English. Let's see how the questions unfold. Thank you. Jai Hind.